good.
Michelle is actually a personal trainer, fitness instructor. So how's your business affected right now with all this going on?
Well, a lot of my clients are in the healthcare business, or profession, I should say. So they're pretty much out. A couple of them are quarantined to the hospitals.
Yeah.
And, I have two other clients who are business owners as well, and they're shut down. So shut me down for them. But I've got 5 right now that I'm currently doing virtually. So that's been good. And then this week I kind of had already anticipated a staycation because I had a bunch out anyways for vacations. So it's been kind of normal for me this week. So just getting a little stuff done around the house.
Well, good. That's what's up. So what are you anticipating? What are you thinking when this starts back? You think we're going to be able to go right back into full swing of full gym access everywhere, or what, for the fitness industry?
Honestly, this kind of opened up another avenue for me as far as like doing something virtually to kind of help people who couldn't really afford a personal trainer. That's a pretty big expense for most people. So I'm actually working to do a virtual boot camp like once or twice a day.
Yeah.
5 days a week, and keeping that open even when we do go back to our normal routine, and see if that kind of opens up another avenue for me.
Okay, well, cool.
I was a boot camp instructor before, so I loved it, but so maybe this is just opening that door again for me, different.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going to have to adapt and evolve, and some of us can go back to the regular swing of things, and I feel like we're going to be doing a lot more communication like this with each other. Still waiting to see if some more people come on. Dallas, what's up? How are you?
Myself. I'm good. How are you doing, DJ?
All right. So Michelle, Dallas is actually works with me in marketing. She just started. Thanks for coming on, Dallas.
Yeah, for sure.
What have you been doing? How's this adjustment for you? She picked up a new job during all this. So
God. Well, good for you.
I did. So it's been good.
Most people
Right. It's definitely an adjustment, though. I came from banking, being in an office every day. So getting to work from home is definitely challenging for me.
It is. Like, I feel like I'm like squirrel all the time, hard to stay focused.
Definitely.
Well, what are you doing on your downtime?
Me?
Either one of you.
Oh, I've been doing all kinds of crafts. Like, I'm wondering if I should venture to Home Depot but all the Home Depot Nazis keep getting onto people, but I'm out of paint and I need more paint.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good time for everyone to be doing their little, honeydews and stuff at the house, and doing little remodels and, what have you.
It's fun. I've been able to stay busy, so I'm not going stir crazy like some people, but, turn my little room into a little studio. So brought a ton of stuff from my studio here so I can, and I don't have any cardio equipment. So I've got my Kangoo jump shoes that I've been bouncing around the house in.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, Dallas, what have you been doing?
Well, if I'm out at errands, which is my boyfriend, we just ride around on the side by side and enjoying outside while it's nice.
Yeah.
So
It has been.
definitely
I know they've got us under like tornado watch today, so I'm like,
Really, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and it's
for Easter too.
So hopefully we don't get anything. But
Well,
it is.
what are some of your?
We always get crazy stuff.
Do what?
I said it's Easter weekend, so we always get gnarly weather.
Yeah. It always seems to be storming on Easter here.
Yeah.
At least that weekend. What would you suggest to some people that they're going to listen or watch this later, as far as you're in the fitness industry, and people are on their downtime, and I know 80% of your clients are women, if I'm correct. So what would be some of your advice to them right now in these times, whether it may be if they maybe hit a wall and they're not motivated to work out, or maybe they're not eating like they should be because the refrigerator's staring at them 24/7,
Yeah. It is hard, even for me, because boredom does lead to, you think you're hungry because you're bored and you're not doing anything. So stay hydrated is a big deal. A lot of people, when they have downtime, they struggle with getting their water in. So that's like number one. Make sure you're getting your water, and then just staying active. Like start, even though we're out of routine, like try to start a normal routine during this time. Wake up. I always say make your bed. Like make that your first thing. That way, that's like one task that you can like finish, and then hit a workout. I mean, even if it's like crunches, push-ups, couple squats, walking lunges. Me and my daughter, we do commercial. We don't really watch a whole lot of TV anymore, but we used to do commercial break workouts where we would do like lunges until the TV show came back on. Or, we would do walk squats around the house. Or, I mean, just make it fun. If you're waiting for something to cook, water bowling is boring. So, like, sit there and do something, do some, just do anything. But really, it's just trying to find a normal routine. So I always say, make your bed, and that will lead to another task that you can complete. And just body weight exercises are just as effective. I mean, we do weigh a pretty good amount of weight. So, if you're doing push-ups, even modified push-ups, that's activating a lot of muscles. Squats, lunges are like my go-to if you don't have weights. You can use a chair and do all kinds of things. You can do hip thrusts or Bulgarians or step ups on the chair. Just be careful. You can even use a wall, do a wall sit. I mean, there's the possibilities of body weight are endless.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of using your imagination and using what you have.
Well, what about those who have children and they may be using them as an excuse to not have time to work out? What would you tell them?
That is a definite excuse, because honestly, like, my daughter, she's 14 now, but she used to always get involved with me when I would work out at home. I wasn't always a fitness instructor, so I have my own journey. So she was always, I would pick her up and use her as a squat weight, or put her on your shoulders, or get them active with doing push-ups too with you, or mountain climbers, or burpees, or so it will take their mind off of being bored too, and give them something to help them out also.
Yeah, I think right now more than ever, people are getting frustrated. I mean, I know there's a lot of depression going on. People are losing their jobs, stuck inside, can't do anything. I've noticed a lot of people out walking, moving around, their dogs, walking their kids. There's really limited availability to go and do anything activity-wise except get outside of your house, move around, do some things. But I can see where some people may fall into a routine of just laying around and watching Netflix all day long. But I mean, what I think is right now is the best time to take and, invest in yourself. If there's, you have downtime, use it for something productive. I don't know if a lot of people don't have that mentality, so I get it. Some people say, well, everyone's not like you, or I don't think like that. Well, that's okay. But if one person hears this and says, hey, get your ass up and quit watching Netflix, that's cool if you watch Netflix, but do something else, I mean,
I'm the type where I can't sit that long. I have to do something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if my TV's on, it's because I'm doing something else.
Yes.
For me, but I mean, you have the ability to take a course online right now. Something you may be interested in. Arts and crafts. A lot of people are sewing masks for nurses and medical staff. That's something good you can do to give back and do something productive. If and of course there may be that, okay, I don't have the money to buy the materials. Okay, well, find something else to do. There's plenty to do. Even if it's just awareness, going up, just get on social media and share things that are going on where people are helping each other. That's awareness. That doesn't take any effort. You're already on your phone doing something. Right now is a good time to contribute. If you're going to contribute to the internet, contribute to the social media, Facebook, Instagram, don't just be on there as a viewer. Try to contribute something, where people can actually get something out of what you're putting out.
And make it positive.
Of course. And a lot of people have negative vibes right now. I get it. I understand.
I will say that for those who are in the fitness industry, TRX is actually offering a free, like, their TRX certification course, they're offering it right now free, which is huge. It's about $300 usually. I think it's a 6 or 8 hour course. And so, that's something that you can do and get that under your belt, because it counts as your CEs too. So we all, wait till the last minute to get our CEs. So
yeah, and
get that if you need to sign up for it. They're offering it in 2 days or 1 day. And I thought that was a really cool thing that they were doing for fitness instructors or personal trainers or whoever, to even those who aren't certified yet can actually take this. So neat.
Well, so TRX is that's the system with the straps, right? Where you can do all kind of body weight exercises for people who don't.
It was actually invented or developed for the military originally, before it went mainstream. It was for them to be able to work out like from a tank, in the middle of the desert, or just really anywhere. And TRX is pretty awesome. I mean, a lot of people say funny things about it, but I mean, I use it for a lot of my clients who need core stability development. And it really is a great tool to use. And you can put it on a door, you can put it on a tree, you can put it on a car, and you can get a full workout from it. So get certified, and that'll give you some CEs and some extra knowledge.
Yeah. We have one more person on, Melissa. Were you just there listening, watching? I'm not hearing anything from her. Yeah, I agree. I think, that's good information. Thanks for sharing that. I feel like I've used TRX equipment, but it's been quite a few years ago when they first come out. But I would use it for like end of workout, kind of final pump out or whatever on maybe like pull like you can do like rows on them and stuff like that. And I believe you have there's a lot of exercises with it. They really are interesting. They work well.
It is crazy. I mean, my clients usually don't like it when I say we're using the TRX today.
Well, since we're talking about health and fitness, I guess we can jump into what about food right now? So everyone's kind of limited to what they can get. I know you have a lot of restaurants that are closing. You have restaurants where you can get takeout, but you also you may have limited, availability in your refrigerator. What would you suggest there?
Well, I mean, protein supplements are great. You can always do a smoothie. I mean, you can make that as easy as you want it to be. And honestly, to me, from this standpoint, I'm actually eating probably better than I normally do because I'm not eating out.
Yeah.
We get so busy all the time, and I mean, we'll go eat out 4 days a week, and I do keep it healthy, but at the same time, I don't know what they're putting in there or what ingredients they really use. So I'm cooking every meal I make, and I know exactly what's going in it. And so I actually feel like I'm eating probably better than I typically do.
Yeah.
And still supplementing with my protein shakes. Make a smoothie every morning. A lot of people were stocking up on TP, and I was stocking up on
yeah.
So I'm fully stocked on almond milk, and then just being mindful of your snacks, because if you're an emotional eater, now's the time to really keep yourself in check on that, because we are dealing with some pretty heavy things right now. And then also boredom. Keep yourself busy. If you're a reader, read a good book, that'll keep your mind off of it. Get outside. I'm praying right now I don't have poison ivy, because I went and cut this bush down, and I'm like, hope that it didn't have poison ivy in it. But get outside and do something. Do crafts with your kids. Me and my daughter, we've been doing all kinds of fun activities. And just try to keep your mind occupied in a positive way, because it's really hard, to not get on Facebook and then you're bombarded with all this negative information. And and then I don't even turn on the news, but you turn on the news and man, it's nothing but bad news right now. So that'll really weigh heavy on I'm a emotional eater. So I have to be really mindful of that. You know, a lot of people are putting pictures or their bikini right beside.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Like, you're gonna wear this eventually on the beach. Remember that.
Yeah.
Which is true. And then, like, I'm about positive, and I'm a visual person. So, like, put positive scripture all over your house, like on your mirrors, or just, you know, somewhere that you can randomly see it, just to uplift your spirits, because that's kind of what we need right now, you know, and just stay positive. Because if we allow ourselves to get down, then we fall into our bad habits.
Yeah.
So, and I really think that anybody can probably, I mean, we've got more time on our hands. I know it took me a minute to kind of acclimate myself to not really go all the time. It took me a minute because I was just like, I was going stir crazy. I wasn't used to having all this extra time. But you can really utilize this time to your advantage and really develop healthier habits in the midst of all this. And so, you know, it's about mindset first and foremost. And then, you know, just recognizing what your bad habits are, and then making a point to bringing those to the forefront of, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do something different.
Yeah.
To me, I think if you end a bad habit and don't replace it with a healthy one or a positive one, then you're really not changing anything.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have. I've never thought of it that way, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And right now more than ever, you have more time to reflect on yourself. So why not use it to do something,
Yes.
you know, do something productive, instead of sit around and carry on about, you're tired of dealing with your kids, or, you know, got laid off your job, you know, whatever you got to do. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
Of course we blame social media, but it's all us putting the content out there. It's not social media, it's us. But you have a lot of negative and you have some positive. What's up? How are you? And so yeah, we have that going on, and basically making that work for everyone, trying to get some stuff in, and do something for yourself, do something for others. I don't know. Everyone has their own little deal, you know. What are you passionate about? What do you
I mean, if you're a girl, like, I mean, we can't get our lashes done, we can't get our hair done right now, you know, we're struggling with that. Do your nails yourself. Like, make your nails pretty, and that'll make you kind of feel better about yourself. You know, or get your kids involved and do mani-pedis or something, you know, just have fun. You know, you don't have to just sit there and kind of waller in the boredom.
Yeah.
So,
what's up, Melissa? You decided to join us?
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell everyone who you are and what you do?
Hey, I'm Melissa. I'm a nurse, but I do IT work. So I get to work from home during this crazy time. Figured I'd pick up shifts maybe when everybody gets sick and they need help at that point. But I've got 3 kids of my own that I gotta come home to, so it adds to the mix of things. So if I don't have to, you know, it gets a little scary. So
yeah.
So you're there.
Glad you get to stay put. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I hear you talking about all the at-home workouts and everything. I had a competition planned for last weekend in Los Angeles that all got canceled.
Oh.
But I get to do a virtual competition tomorrow. Got to send in a video.
Very cool.
For WVFF. So I'm a little nervous because it's the first time. It would have been my first.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Well, at least you'll get to avoid like the whole stage fright, you know.
And I get to do it over and over and over again until I feel like I'm
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is actually going to be great.
Right. But
it's exciting though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm gonna get all dressed up like everybody. You know, you're talking about emotional eating. It's the only thing that's keeping me from doing that.
That's awesome.
Totally keeping me motivated, keeping me on my workouts. We're running in the mornings. But been cutting down leaves and, like you said, doing all that yard work and housework, and start squatting some logs or
Yeah.
whatever.
Get primitive. That's
Definitely.
awesome.
It's been fun, but a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good. You got something to look forward to. Use this time to, I mean, there's a lot of people I know that competitions got canceled and they never picked back up. So at least they're giving y'all the opportunity to do something virtually.
It's really a cool little situation that they came up with. Good for them, for helping us out, because like I said, I was once they said it was postponed, I was like, oh gosh, all this work, first time competing and trying to stick to my macros, and he's like, what am I gonna do? And totally fell off the wagon at least for 3 days, just eating, overeating.
Just a refeed.
Right. Totally.
It probably did you some good. Filled you up a little bit.
Out, got me a little extra energy.
Yeah.
Then I got back on it, so I was like, yes. So
That's awesome.
But I am excited for Easter weekend and being able to maybe cook some better desserts and have a little.
Yeah, you're going to be able to pig out, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So you have you're down, you have your kids at home. Michelle, you have your kid at home. And what are you guys doing? Like, what are you doing to keep them motivated and kind of in the mindset of school and everything? Because I know that some areas, states, counties, parishes are making schools or different schools doing different things. But as far as keeping them on some kind of routine.
Really? Kayla, thank goodness, she's such a good student. I don't really have to worry about her. It's really, it's funny. The teachers have been kind of difficult. Like they'll set a class time on Zoom and then they don't show up. And then they'll get an email like 2 hours later, hey, it's been rescheduled for this time. And so, so Kayla will get up and get ready, and then her class will get canceled or postponed. But really, her schoolwork, she's been rocking it out. I don't ever have to really worry. She keeps up her book schedule, and so I'm fortunate. Thank you. But I know some other parents are about to pull their hair out. I have one client that has 4 boys, and she's just like about to just, explode. Because none of them want to do anything, and then none of them know how to do anything, and so she's having to like really go back to school and do all this stuff for the first time again.
Yeah.
What about you? How are your kiddos?
Yeah.
Mine are doing pretty well. Mine are pretty self-sufficient as well. I have 2 in elementary school, a 1st grader and a 5th grader. Their teachers have been very helpful, putting out curriculum, putting out, the different study islands, like little websites that they can go to and learn the extra, whatever, or putting Google. We do a lot of Google Docs with them, so they can go on and check to see what their teachers put out, what they need to complete.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not counting it towards any kind of grade or anything, but it's definitely keeps them, somewhat entertained for a little while, but very self-sufficient. Their grandmother has been very helpful. She's a school teacher too, so she's been able to kind of like line up their curriculums that their teachers have put out and been able to keep them on track. And
that's awesome. Especially
with the 1st grader, easy work but tedious, or just time consuming. My 8th grader, on the other hand, I don't think they've put out a lot for her, but she's self-sufficient as well. I don't have to worry too much. She's very smart. I'll just keep on her for her violin. That's about it. Otherwise, I almost wondered, I don't know if you've thought about this, but like homeschool, can we change to a homeschool curriculum at the end of the year and give them that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I know my daughter's been begging for it all year because they dropped her advanced English program. So she basically had to take the same English that she took last year, this year. And she was like, I just want to be homeschooled. I don't want to do this again, And she just felt like they were kind of dumbing her down, And so she's just like, can I just skip to 9th grade? Because I feel like I've already done all this. But I don't really know how that works with the homeschool stuff. I know her art teacher, though, has been giving them a lot of different stuff to do, which I appreciate because that's kept her, you know, creatively thinking. So that's been nice.
Yeah, we've had to do our virtual violin.
Nice.
She was taking lessons weekly, and they moved to virtual to like a FaceTime type of visit. So she's still doing that. That keeps her, you know,
That's
up
cool. That's really cool.
It's neat the different concepts they've come up with, you know, just to try to keep them entertained. Or I think the elementary school music teacher was doing Zooms, you know, and the dance teacher, because we do magnet program down here, so it's very visual arts performing and like that. So it's been fun, and I think the librarian got on and did story time.
Nice.
You know, it's been great to see them so interactive.
Yeah, I know they miss the teachers, you know, like my daughter's so excited to see all of her teachers again. And, you know, of course she'll stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning on FaceTime with all her friends, you know, and then sleep all day. Yeah. But so she's living the life of a college student right now.
Eating like a noodle.
It's so funny. Like, I think she self-isolated a full week and a half. I'm like, you know, you can come out of your room, right? It was hilarious. But that's good. Dallas, do you have any kiddos?
I do not. I have a niece who is 14, and it's not going near as well as your children. She is behind, but she just wants to sleep all day. She will wake up to do her competitive cheer lessons on Zoom. Okay. You know, priorities. But definitely not going as well as y'all's.
Awesome. I'm blessed. I know, especially because I have an only child, so I can only imagine what it's like to have multiple. All those personalities.
Yeah, so we've been having to make a shift. Everyone has, because you have, I mean, we have networking groups that we normally met with every week that we're not doing anymore. A lot of those people are falling off and not wanting to participate. And then you have multiple businesses that are having to do all their contact via, you know, virtual chat rooms like this. And there's a lot of people that just won't do it. They won't adapt. And if you don't adapt, you can't survive. And so I've seen that a lot too, which is disappointing and discouraging for some people. But at the end of the day, whenever something happens, if you're not willing to make a shift, then you really weren't very vital at all in the first place. So I feel like if you're, you know, whether you're running a business and if you're just going to sit around and say, okay, well, I can't do this because my normal way of operations is taken away. Well, that's bullshit. You know, I don't believe that. I think that you can figure out a way to do something, whether it's make a shift in how you're developing services or products. Of course, if it's a face-to-face contact thing, well, now it's time to educate. You know, fitness people have seen it a lot. So you guys know that but there's only so many at-home workout videos you can watch. So you gotta figure out how to mix something else up and do something different to give somebody value. Like the things we talk about on here is always like, if anyone listens or watches this, they get something out of this, then we weren't wasting our time sitting here talking. But you also have those people that just don't want to adapt, and that's okay. But the people that may be networked in, work together, whatever it may be, whether it be clients and businesses, networkers, even people with families, if you weren't able to figure out how to make it work right now in these times of hardships, when we get back flowing, you're going to be forgotten. You're going to be irrelevant. And that's something that, you know, we're facing with a lot. I'm seeing a lot from the business side. And we're not focused on trying to sell anything to anyone right now. I'm not trying to ask my clients or my network for anything. I just want to, how can we help? You know what I mean? It's not, you know, we can't go volunteer right now. So what information can I give you to, you know, bring some attention to whatever it is that you have going on? But are you giving anyone any vital information? If you're just sitting there and waiting for someone to help you, you know, we're all in this together. Everyone has to do their part right now. I don't think now's not the time to sit there and say, okay, come help me do this, because we're all in a bind. Let's figure out how we can be creative, come together and make stuff work.
Yeah, I know. Back in December, I gave all my clients a bag of, it's like a pack of bands, resistance bands.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like $15
Yeah.
for a pack of 5. And so I had it just kind of in their little gift bags, and they were all like, really? And I'm like, well, you'll go out of town a lot. We can still keep your workouts going virtually, blah, blah, blah. And now they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you gave me these bands, because, and then they curse me because, you know, after the workout they're dead. But, you know, it's like I can, you know, really make those bands work, you know, in 1,000 different ways, you know, and thank gosh they have that tool that I can keep them going, you know, and I had no idea that in December this would ever happen. But I'm thankful that I put that little tidbit in that little bag of theirs because it really has helped them, you know, and they can still keep up with their stretches because I'm not there to stretch them, you know, and they're just like, huh. I mean, it is just like you're right here with me, only you're not right here with me. And I'm like, yeah, you know, so it's just, you know.
And it's funny, the little different things that you can do with the bands, or, you know, over the years when you start working out, you start kind of gathering stuff, whether it be 3, 5, 8-pound weights, 10-pound weights, you know, little things like that. Or back in the day, the ankle weights, which I still have had in my drawer, you know, or just the bands, not the complete circle bands, but the ones with the handles and everything. But I mean, you know, for a month of workout, if I have to stay home for a month and just do that, I can do all kinds of different, and it was fun because it was like I was researching, you know, like, well, what muscle can I hit with this piece of equipment, and then some people were just throwing all the weight into a backpack and like doing lunges, you know, if you wanted more weight or whatever. So it's starting to get real creative and really cool to watch and try to figure out what I could work or something new. Wasn't just at the gym. So
I know I've had fun because like now I'm more creative. Like I can use my creativity a little bit more. Like I'll be laying there thinking about workouts for the next day, and I'm like, let me see if I can isolate this muscle doing this, you know? And so, and of course I can. And then I'm like, okay, I did this last night. Let's try it. And they're like, oh God. So it's a lot of fun. And it kind of makes you get out of your comfort zone, relying on a machine to do some of the work for you. You're actually having to utilize resistance body weight, and really takes you back to, I'm a big stickler on form anyways and tempo. But, you know, it really helps them appreciate that form and that tempo that much more. So I love it. Like this has been, I don't know, it's not fun, but it has been fun for me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say I'm glad this is happening, but I'm not. But at the same time, it's like, it's not been terrible, you know, not personally as far as like making me, you know, go into like this negative place. It's actually taken me into a more positive area, and I really am thankful for that. So
well, you can take it however you want to. You can go negative or positive. At the end of the day, we can't control it. All we can do is control what's going to happen to us and those around us close, so we know what we're supposed to do, supposed to listen, supposed to contribute by not contributing ourselves any closer than 6 feet away from anyone. And but yeah, that being said, you also, there's no excuse to not be active. We have social media. There's millions of content, pieces of content out there for different kind of at-home workouts. You don't even need a weight. Google, you literally can Google workouts, body weight workouts, and you can find a million different things, or even a stretch, or even just walking around doing something. Back to a real quick, it's already been 45 minutes, so we don't have much longer. Dallas, so you come out of the banking industry. She's working with us now, but what pivots and changes did you see coming out of banking before this really, as we ease into and then where we're at now?
Right. So it's like echoing, sorry. It was crazy. One of the main things that I kept hearing was, especially with the older generation, they're very, very scared. A lot of them have already lived through the Great Depression, and so they're kind of thinking like this is going to happen again. They were pulling their monies out of the bank accounts and taking it home, and we're like, if something happened, like if your house burns down, that money's gone. You're not going to lose your money. But really, we've been really concerned with them, and then having to shut all the lobbies down. So the access is not as accessible as it used to be. But banking now, you can pretty much do everything online or from your phone. Even if you want a loan, you can do everything electronic, signatures and stuff. So a lot of people are adjusting well, but the older generation were having.
They're given access to pretty much every bank has access to the government programs that are going into place too, from what I understand. So business owners, self-employed individuals, businesses are able to pretty much partner with any bank, if I'm right. Am I right on that now, to where they can get assistance?
Don't quote me on that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, though, I knew that you just stepped out of that as this was going on, but from what I've understood, if anyone's listening, which if you know or need assistance by now or watching, you definitely, that's pretty much offered by every bank that I've seen. And we're in a small area, and a lot of local banks and big banks are offering that assistance. But
yeah, I know like a lot of the local banks, they're doing, if you come to us and you are like really hurting, then automatically you'll get like 3 months extension, like no questions asked.
Yeah, now's a good time. If you had money, now's a good time to invest it in stocks are down right now. You can purchase a vehicle if you need to right now, because everyone's offering great incentives on that. Every business is struggling. The best way we've seen here to give back is really supporting local restaurants. I feel like that's been the best thing, and then being able to give people who are working, those essential workers, some type of food or some type of support, whether it be moral support or actually bringing them some food or having a restaurant, sponsoring meals to people. That's been the biggest thing we've seen. I love for some people to get some feedback later on what else people are doing around. I don't know if you guys have heard anything other than those two things.
A lot of people are masked too.
Yeah, I've seen the mask thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, that's it. A lot of people are doing like more prayer groups. One of my daughter's friends was talking about their church was doing something for the elderly in the nursing homes, because their loved ones can't come.
Yep.
So they were doing like little artwork and little cards to give to them so they could get something just to brighten their day. Just spreading positivity, some way would be awesome. So
yeah, I've noticed I'm sure there's an uptick on every church is doing virtual broadcasts and stuff for their services, which is awesome to me, because I think that your older generation that wasn't involved in using technology are now having to use it to get those benefits. So it's been a learning curve for them, I'm sure, as well. But it's kind of exciting to know that, hey, something had to happen. Something happened of this magnitude, but it also was able to kind of jumpstart them into being able to use technology a little bit better, because a lot of people are scared of it just because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
It was really cute. Aaron's grandma, she's 84. She drove to the church Sunday with her cell phone, trying to hook up, and then like hooked up to Wi-Fi somehow, I don't know, and watched it from her phone in the church parking lot.
That's great. Hey, whatever you got to do to get that message, get that affirmation.
I have a friend who does photography for big events. All the events have been canceled, and you're looking at the entertainment industry, bands and photographers, and people who do the sound. All those people are out of work. There is one of their friends that is a photographer, and he's going around.
Melissa, you may be covering your mic up. Is it? You're muffled. Okay. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, there's an echo, but you can go ahead. I think we can barely hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I haven't changed anything.
That's better.
Okay. So basically, going around and taking pictures of families on their front porches.
Okay.
I saw that.
And for Easter, because nobody's getting their Easter pictures.
Yeah.
So, and I think you could donate toward a small business or to a foundation or something. But that was a really cool idea, using her ability to give back to families who, locked in and couldn't do anything. So that was a neat idea, I thought.
No, yeah, that's great. I haven't seen that yet, but that's awesome.
Birthday parades, like you can't obviously have a birthday party now, so people are like driving by and like doing signs. So sweet. It's all the cutest little 90-year-old man. People were driving in from like New Orleans just to have banners on their car to wish them happy birthday. So just seeing stuff like that just makes my heart smile. So
I saw that. That was a video. That was a good video. That guy was so excited. He was happy to see people driving by and support him. I think they had like a fire truck or something at the beginning. I can't remember. Yeah, it was cool. So I've seen that happen a lot. Like a girlfriend of mine, she's expecting in Atlanta, Georgia, and her baby shower was canceled, and then of course her birthday, she couldn't have any. So they all like came up and like just put her gifts like in the yard, and that way she could come out and see them. And then they were all in their cars, So that was just kind of neat. So, just doing stuff like that.
And parades for their kids, right after it happened, they were all getting together in their cars and going by the kids' houses that went to school and just doing parades and signs and just saying, "Hey, thinking about you, love you," But it was just something extra to do.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, ladies, we're at an hour now, so we've been on, but hopefully I'll do this again soon. I just kind of want to test this out. We're able to probably integrate this and go into Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn here moving forward, where I can get a little more people rolling in. But I'm glad we're able to go back and forth, and you guys were able to connect. So that's all we got today. Thank you guys for coming on.
Competition.
Yes. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, and let us know how it goes. I'll make sure to post this and then tag everyone so you can connect. And thank you.
Yeah.
Bye,
See you guys later.
Bye, y'all.